Before we get started, I want you to please visit this website, Two Wheels and Deals, and you can look at things being advertised there, and you can place an ad for anything you're selling yourself without any cost to you. If you place an ad and you want a $1 donation to me for the expense I'm going through with these motorcycle oils, importing them to Ecuador, click on this YouTube link right here for Michael Forrest's channel. Thank you. Today I spent hours doing this test, and the purpose of it was to show a real life example what happens when you switch oils and they are opposite of each other, one being a fast burn oil and the other being a slow burn oil. The oils I used today were Castor Oil Go, which is about 20% Group 1, and the rest being Group 2 mineral oil, and 100% castor oil, Klotz Benol. These are the tuning steps I took, which is adjusting the jetting and the timing to find the best acceleration. And then once I did that for Castor Oil Go, I noted it, and I was just absent-minded. I forgot to note the settings before I got to that, but that was the best right there. And then castor oil, using it at the same timing setting, I've got an adjustable CDI that has 2 switch settings on it. The first setting is for the ignition from idle up to about mid-range RPM. And then the second one's from mid-range RPM to top RPM. And I first set it the low-range switch, but since most of the test is going to be high RPM, I did the subsequent adjustments on the second switch setting. So with Castor Oil Go, when I switched to Klotz Benol, I immediately lost 4% in acceleration and power. And so I changed the switch timing, and I got back about 3%, yeah. And then I got 0.5% more, and then I got equal to Castor Oil Go on the last switch setting. So what happens if you got your timing set and you're on a fast burn oil and you go to a slow burn oil? I'm showing you right here, it's 4% difference. It might not be exactly 4% on all bikes, but my previous video I was talking about 2, maybe 3%. This test was 4%. 4% is nothing to sneeze at. So I'm going to try to explain once more. Just keep pounding it until you get it into your head. This is important, guys. It is. You know, if you don't think tuning is important, you never rode a well-tuned bike. You know, you go to some of these vintage racing and you know, you listen to the bikes and they're sputtering and they're spitting. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. It doesn't take a lot to make your bike well-tuned. You just got to pay attention and follow the steps. Get it done right. This chart shows the combustion pressure from before top dead center to after top dead center. And this shows the ideal way those graphs would look with a quick burn oil and retarded ignition and a slow burn oil with advanced ignition. Okay? So they've got a good combination of peak pressure and not too much loss over here. This area right here is mostly for the gruntiness of the engine. This right here is mostly for the top RPM power, okay? So what happens, you're using a quick burn oil, but you're using the timing for a slow burn. This is what happens over here. The quick burn will have a too soon peak of its pressure, and then it will have a loss of pressure over here, okay? This is bad for the gruntiness of the engine. This is bad for the top RPM power of the engine. And this is bad right here because this right here is what the piston's fighting against. This is pressure the piston fights against. This is loss. Okay, in an ideal engine, if we had fuel available to us, it could burn so quick it sounds like an explosion. The ignition would be at TDC, so there would be no pushing of the piston against that pressure. Okay, so by increasing that pressure right here, you've just decreased power. Okay, so there's 3 areas of power loss using a quick burn oil on a slow burn ignition timing. I did this graph to find out what the difference in leverage is between 5 and 15 degrees. Okay, so this is your crank wheel, and these 2 dots represent where the lower conrod pin is with the 2 different peak combustion pressures. Okay, this one being 5 degrees from top dead center, and this one being 15 degrees. Okay, so the leverage angle is the angle between this line right here and the line that represents the conrod. Okay, doing the math, which is the sign of the degrees, this one is also about 5 degrees between the conrod and whatever you want to call that, the fulcrum line. But with 15 degrees, it goes up to 19 degrees. Okay, so at 15 degrees, you have 3.7 times the leverage that you do at 5 degrees. And that's one of the reasons why you want that peak combustion to happen between 10 and 15 degrees. There's some other reasons too, but that's it. Please be open-minded about this. I'm telling you, it's important. If you don't believe me, just do the test yourself. And that's all, folks. Thanks for watching.